It could be a family member, it could be a coworker, or another member of your community out in the public. When a medical emergency suddenly puts life or death into question, will you know what to do in those precious moments leading up to the response from first responders? That makes it's made much easier with the help of our local fire department, which provides first aid and CPR training to help keep people like you prepared. Joining me now on the Splash Live is West Bloomfield Fire Department's Captain and EMS Coordinator Blake Belsky. Captain Belsky, thank you for being on the show today.
Good morning, Tyler. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, happy to have you back, especially for a topic like this. As we get into the school year, as we get into the fall, and people are out and about for fall events, and there's all the stress of the holidays that come up eventually. There's a lot of different risk factors that could put people's lives at risk and be in need of someone being able to administer CPR or use an AED. So for the average citizen in West Bloomfield, why should they get trained from our local fire department or another organization in CPR and in first aid?
Well, cardiac arrest is one of those factors that is able to ignore age. It's able to ignore income. It doesn't matter where you live, where you came from, or who you hang out with. Everyone is at risk eventually for sudden cardiac arrest, and to reduce the likelihood of that being a fatal incident, if somebody is able to provide CPR and use an AED within seconds of you experiencing that cardiac arrest, that significantly increases your likelihood for survival.
And so when people undergo this training, what are some of the things that they learn that can really be helpful, not only when they complete the training, but even in the event that they experience some sort of sudden cardiac arrest or another emergency while they're in that training proper?
Well, one of the things that we tell people in the first 5 minutes of this training is that the folks that work for the fire department and the police department, they're out there and they've certainly done their fair share of CPR in their careers. We've never seen it work unless somebody is doing CPR when we arrive. Sometimes that's at a nursing home where you've got a medical professional providing CPR. Sometimes it's at somebody's house during a holiday dinner. Somebody experienced cardiac arrest and somebody who had training was able to come in, start doing compressions, maybe start some rescue breathing, and give that person a fighting chance to get a heartbeat back by the time we arrive and are able to take over. We do a lot of CPR. We can't do it successfully without the help of the community, though, and that's why this training is so valuable.
And so for people that may be interested, they want to get CPR trained, they want to update their training and maybe get recertified, how do they go about that with the West Bloomfield Fire Department?
So the West Bloomfield Fire Department is a regional training center for the American Heart Association. We offer certification classes every other month on the first Monday of the month in the evenings, trying to accommodate those work schedules. Our next class is on, it looks like October 6th. Then we have another one scheduled for December 1st at 6 p.m. both days. And if you're interested, it's a $35 charge, and that covers the cost of the book and the cost of the certification card from the American Heart Association. I would love for everyone who's interested to call our office at 248-409-1505. Our AHA guru, Amy, will be able to get everything scheduled. There is one little hitch. We still only accept cash payments for these classes. It's just a way that we're able to process this quickly and efficiently. But if you're interested in a class that's not scheduled, we love to come in and we can do these classes for church groups. We can do them for neighborhood associations. And give us a call at that phone number and we'd be happy to schedule anything that works best for your group and your schedule.
And you made this important point earlier, kind of are now touching on it again. All these different groups, they all need to have some sort of training like this, at least somebody in that group in the event of an emergency, but also that comes back to CPR, first aid, even AED training, being something that can be done for all ages. It's not something that's limited to just adults. That's also a really important thing for people to consider, especially with their kids back in school.
Absolutely. The AHA does not put a limit on how old you have to be to get the certification. If you're interested in just learning hands-only CPR, that is I can teach you hands-only CPR in about 30 seconds. And I appreciate you mentioned the change in the date for the fire department open house. We will have a hands-only CPR station where we will teach you how to do compressions. As soon as you see someone fall down and you don't notice a pulse, you can do something immediately and learn it quickly and move on with the rest of your day. Get some cider and donuts at the open house. We've got some fantastic community partners at the high school. Mrs. Zanotti and Mrs. Danton do a great job with their CPR program. They're affiliated with our training center. The student Matilda Edwardson has done a really fantastic job with her WB Has Heart program, getting CPR education out to her peers at the high school. It's been really fantastic to work with everyone over there.
And to see their interest too in this, because it's become more of a reality that this doesn't have an age limit to it. We're not going to see sudden cardiac arrest just in mostly elderly patients or those that have some common physical risk factors that really can be something that affects people of all different ages. And so for you on the first responders side, to see that sort of interest from especially young people in the community, how does that give you and your peers confidence, especially as you're going out on these emergency calls and are being called in for life-saving service where, as you said, those opening moments can be really critical?
Absolutely. We've been very fortunate in West Bloomfield to have the support of the community when it comes to a reliable tax base or people coming out and seeing what their tax dollars are paying for at the open house. But that support goes so much further than just making sure that you're up to date on your taxes. To support your community by learning CPR, to save the people who live next door, save the people that live in your house, shop at your grocery stores. It's really wonderful for us to see because, we've only got so many tools, and it's going to take us from the time somebody calls 911 to the time our crews can arrive. It could be 5-7 minutes from phone call to arrival on scene. And that 5 to 7 minutes is a long time for your body to go without a heartbeat. So the sooner somebody is able to jump in there, it certainly makes our job a lot easier. And there's really nothing better than doing CPR on somebody and feeling that pulse come back, seeing a blood pressure, and maybe 2-3 weeks down the road, seeing that patient walk out of the hospital. It really is a wonderful thing, and it makes everyone on our crew smile.
You can follow the West Bloomfield Fire Department on Facebook at WB Fire Department. You can also visit their website on the West Bloomfield Township website, wbtownship.org, for more information. Joining us from the West Bloomfield Fire Department is Captain and EMS Coordinator Blake Belsky as we consider CPR and first aid training for people across the community. Captain, the training is really helpful. It gives people that full picture of how to potentially save lives or maintain lives before those first responders get to the scene in the event of an emergency. But for those that are at home or at work or anywhere around the community watching and listening to this today that haven't undergone that training or are awaiting that, what are some things that they should know now that can really help in their own providing of first aid right in this moment if something happened today before our West Bloomfield Fire Department arrives on scene?
Sure, and a lot of people, even with that, the knowledge and the skill set after they get the training, it's a big ask to ask somebody to intervene. Early identification. We love prevention, but we love early identification. If you see somebody collapse, go up and see if they're okay. And if they're not okay, whether they're breathing or they're not breathing or they're choking or you can feel a pulse, you can't feel a pulse, the next step after you've identified that something is wrong is call for help. Call 911, get these crews on the road. Our police officers are constantly patrolling. Sometimes they're able to arrive even before the fire department on these cardiac arrest issues. And they've got AEDs in their car. They've got CPR certification as well, and they can get things moving along sometimes before our fire department crews arrive with their advanced equipment. Figuring out that something happened that shouldn't have happened and then calling for help. Those are the biggest things we can do if you don't have the skills or the comfort really to start providing those interventions yourself.
And just one more time for us, you did mention in passing earlier on in our conversation today, those opening moments, you see somebody collapse. You've identified that someone maybe is having a cardiac arrest or other emergency incident. Those first 30 seconds, first couple of minutes, just how vital are those and the response from the people around those individuals in a matter of life and death?
I mean, every second counts, Tyler. We can compare it to holding your breath. When somebody stops breathing, they're not breathing. Try holding your breath for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes until the fire department is able to arrive and start breathing for you. It usually doesn't work out well for the person that's trying to hold their breath that long. If you can't breathe, the sooner somebody's able to start breathing for you, the better your outcome will be.
All the more reason to undergo some of this training from our friends over at the West Bloomfield Fire Department. CPR, first aid, AED training, all through the West Bloomfield Fire Department, or they can point you in the direction of other local organizations that can also help you with that vital training. Captain Belsky, thank you as always for your time.
Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate you having me.